What's up, everybody? This is Rob Archangel of archangelinc.com, and in this video I want to talk about something that I was inspired by over at Tommy Baker's channel. Tommy is a client of ours, really great guy, high energy, motivational. Check him out. Again, I'll include a link down below. But in this video, he talked about the importance of starting out, even if you don't feel like doing something. If you have a vision, if you have a goal, if you have a dream or an ambition that you want to follow up with, but maybe today's not the right day, I just don't feel really motivated and inspired. His suggestion is try it, see what happens, do it anyway, and I want to mimic that. One of the things that I found, one of the most common productivity habits is start really, really small, get yourself a very low bar to step over. So low that you'd feel crazy if you didn't do it, but just getting started is often enough to gain some momentum and to get you going. Often when there's something that's a little bit intractable, you're having a hard time getting off the ground, it seems really big, really overwhelming, and you think, oh my God, am I ever going to be able to do this? Just do one thing, break it into the smallest possible piece. So let's say you have a 100,000 word book that you really want to write, and you're completely stuck, writer's block, you don't know what to do, and you say, okay, I'm going to myself 5 minutes. I'm going to write for 5 minutes. Whatever happens, I'm going to turn my phone off. I'm going to shut out distractions. I'm going to do it for 5 minutes. And that's it. If I write for longer, whatever. But 5 minutes is all I'm going to allow myself. And if you do that, you might actually gather some momentum. You might actually find that you're able to produce more content and get into the flow more, because the impediment isn't so much the follow-through, it's usually the getting started. So if you can get over the getting started, if you can lower the threshold of getting started, it's often enough to get going. And then even if you only do the 5 minutes that you told yourself that you were going to do, fine, all the better. You've done that, and you can hang your hat up and be proud of the actions of the day. And then you do tomorrow 5 minutes, and the next day 5 minutes, and so on and so forth. It might take you a really long time, but it's going to take you less time than if you kept putting it off and you never got around to it. So one other thing that I wanted to mention is when it comes to getting started and to your feelings around things, remember that your feelings and your actions are interrelated. So one of the things I remember coming across was this idea that our emotional bodies are related to our emotional bodies. So for example, if you put yourself into a frown and you just sort of hold your face there and you get angry, you might find that you get angry after a little bit of time doing that, even though there's nothing materially that's different, a few minutes ago until now after you've been doing that. Likewise, if you force yourself to smile and, even if you're faking it, you might realize, actually, I feel a little bit better, because when certain muscles and physical actions are initiated, it sends a chemical, a hormonal, a physical response through your body, and your mind's like, well, he's smiling, I guess there's something to be happy about. I'm going to send some feel-good chemicals in response, and everything's going to be going to follow that chain. And that's a good thing. You want to do that. You want to leverage that. I know personally I've experienced that, because I've sometimes passed out when giving blood for blood draws and that kind of thing. And so I tell the nurse now, anytime I have to go into the doctor's office, hey, I'm going to give up. I might pass out, so let me lay down for one, and I'm going to look over, not look at the blood being drawn, and I'm going to smile like a goofball at the wall. And it's helped. It's helped a little bit. Anyway, I haven't passed out in some time with drawing blood. So anyway, your emotions and your actions interact with one another. If you can get started, if you can force yourself to lower the barrier of entry, get started now, you might find that your feelings around it change correspondingly. So if you have any questions or comments or thoughts on that, leave them down below. This is Rob Archangel of archangelinc.com. I will see you all next time.